The moment a paycheck disappears, every dollar suddenly matters more than ever. But what you do in the first few days after a layoff can either protect your future or quietly drain your savings. Do you know which bills to prioritize, how to stretch your cash, or where your next income could come from? In this video, I'll walk you through the smartest money moves to stabilize your finances, avoid costly mistakes, and give yourself breathing room while you plan your next step. Immediately assess your cash flow and create a bare-bones survival budget. The first thing to do after a layoff is get brutally clear about your financial runway. Start by listing your current cash on hand, including checking, savings, and any liquid investments you can access without penalties. Then calculate your essential monthly expenses: rent or mortgage, utilities, groceries, insurance premiums, minimum debt payments, and transportation. For example, if your essentials total $2,500 per month and you have $10,000 in savings, you have about 4 months of runway. That number should guide every decision you make next. Cut or pause non-essential spending immediately: subscriptions, dining out, travel, and discretionary shopping. If you have debts, focus on making at least minimum payments to avoid late fees and credit damage. Also, review any automatic payments that might continue unnoticed. This is not about perfection, it is about control. A clear, simplified budget gives you a sense of stability and helps you avoid panic decisions, like cashing out retirement accounts early, which can trigger taxes and penalties. Knowing your numbers is your foundation for every next step. Apply for unemployment benefits and understand all available income support options. Unemployment insurance is designed exactly for this situation, but you need to act quickly because benefits are not always retroactive. File a claim through your state's unemployment office as soon as possible, even if you are still waiting on final paperwork from your employer. Benefits vary by state, but they often replace a portion of your previous income for a limited period, such as 26 weeks. For example, if you were earning $4,000 a month, you might receive around $1,800 to $2,400 depending on your state. Be aware that unemployment benefits are taxable at the federal level and sometimes at the state level, so consider setting aside a portion or opting for withholding to avoid a surprise tax bill. Also explore additional support programs like SNAP, Medicaid, or rental assistance if your income drops significantly. If you received severance pay, understand how it interacts with unemployment eligibility in your state. The key here is to replace as much income as possible, as quickly as possible, to extend your financial runway. Review and reduce major expenses like housing, transportation, and insurance. After you stabilize your immediate budget, focus on your biggest cost categories, because that is where you can make the most meaningful impact. Housing is often the largest expense, so consider options like negotiating rent, refinancing a mortgage if rates are favorable, or even downsizing if your situation is prolonged. Transportation is another area. If you have a $600 monthly car payment, selling the vehicle and switching to a cheaper option could significantly extend your savings. Contact your insurance providers for auto, health, and homeowners or renters insurance, and ask about hardship programs, lower coverage options, or discounts. Many companies are willing to work with you if you proactively reach out. If you have student loans, check if you qualify for income-driven repayment plans, which can reduce payments based on your current income. The goal is to bring your fixed costs down to a level that matches your new reality, rather than burning through savings trying to maintain your old lifestyle. Protect your health insurance coverage to avoid costly medical bills. Losing a job often means losing employer-sponsored health insurance, and a gap in coverage can be financially devastating if an unexpected medical event occurs. You typically have several options: COBRA continuation coverage, a plan through the Affordable Care Act marketplace, or coverage through a spouse's plan if available. COBRA allows you to keep your existing plan, but you will likely pay the full premium yourself, which can easily exceed $600 to $1,000 per month for an individual. Marketplace plans may be more affordable, especially if your reduced income qualifies you for subsidies. For example, if your income drops significantly, you could qualify for premium tax credits that lower your monthly cost. Be mindful of enrollment deadlines. COBRA generally gives you 60 days to elect coverage, while marketplace plans have specific enrollment windows triggered by job loss. Also, consider your expected healthcare needs when choosing a plan, including deductibles and out-of-pocket maximums. Skipping insurance to save money can backfire badly, so prioritize maintaining some level of coverage. Create a structured plan for generating income, including job search and interim earnings. Treat your next income source as your top priority and approach it with a clear plan rather than a reactive mindset. Start by updating your resume and LinkedIn profile. Then set a weekly target for applications, networking, outreach, and interviews. For example, you might aim to apply to 10 roles and connect with 5 new contacts each week. At the same time, consider interim income options to bridge the gap, such as freelance work, consulting, gig economy jobs, or part-time roles. Even earning $1,000 per month can significantly extend your savings and reduce financial stress. Be strategic about where you invest your time. Focus on opportunities that align with your long-term career goals if possible. Also, track any income you earn, as it may affect your unemployment benefits and will be taxable. The goal is not just to find any job quickly, but to maintain cash flow while positioning yourself for a sustainable next step. A structured approach keeps you moving forward and prevents financial decisions driven by urgency alone.